Oh, this is ridiculous. Are we ready for this? Oh, look at that. That is absolutely superb. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're making some posh nosh. I'm making a cake. I went down the supermarket and they were reducing cherries. Cherries reduced for 80% off. Some were bad, some are okay. There's nothing wrong with these. Now I like a bargain the same as everybody else. It gives me the opportunity to actually make something different. So today we're making a cake. Let's show you how to do it, come on. Right, so as per usual with my baking or cooking, it's very straightforward. I've got some flour in here. I've got baking soda and baking powder. I've got some sugar. I've got some cocoa. I've got some salt. So all we're going to do is just give that a little mix through. Bring it all in there. That's okay. We got some milk, got some eggs, got some veggie oil, got a little bit of vanilla, and we got some water. And all we're going to do is give that a beating. We want a nice little bit of a chocolate batter in there. Okay, there's our chocolate batter. Okay, I'm using the high sapienza air fryer oven today, and I'm going to preheat this to 165. So I'm going to let that preheat. Now if you were cooking at home, you would preheat your oven to 175, about 350, somewhere around about there. So you'd have preheated your oven. I've already lined some tins. Okay, I've got 3 tins actually, because I'm doing a 3-layered cake. You're gonna make a cake, you might as well make a cake. Okay, so I've got some lined tins here. They're only small. They're 7.5 inch tins, 2 inches deep, so you know what we're using. I've weighed the bowl and I've weighed the mixture that's in there, and we have a total mix in there of 1330. We divide it by 3 and we have 443 point blah blah blah. So anywhere around about 443, 44 would be fine. So we have to weigh out the mix. Now because I'm using this oven, I'm going to have to cook one at a time. So we'll do one, put it in, then we'll cook, take it out, do another, and then we'll get to all 3 together. So all I'm going to do is spoon in there 443 grams of our batter mix. And there we have it. Perfect. I'm going to stick it on a tray. I want to stick it in the oven. Straight in the bottom. Okay, we're going to set the time for 30 minutes. For you folks at home doing it 175, it's roughly about the same time. It's going to be 30-35 minutes, somewhere around about there. Stick a skewer in, comes out clean, it's cooked. Now you probably get away with putting 2 or 3 in at one go. Like I say, we've got to do one first and then we'll do the other 2. Okay, so what we need to be doing now, we need to be checking it with the skewer to make sure it's cooked. Let's have a look. There you go. That is as clean as a whistle. So that comes out of there, nice and steady. One out, one in. So we know it's cooked. We just want to go on there with another tin and just give it a squash, and it's going to level it out. So we know it's cooked inside, so we don't have to worry about it. And there we have it. That was our domed cake squashed. So now we have a flat chocolate layer. Okay, someone's going to say, how do we get that out of that tin? We turn the tin over and we put it on our tray. And we do that. And then we take that off there. And then we take that off there. And that is why we line the tin. So that is as easy as that. There's no struggle whatsoever. And there is one of our layers for our cake. Same again on this one. We need to be squashing it down. So just take your tin, give it a little bit of a squashing. So that's nice and straightforward. That's going to give us another flat base, the same as that one. And then we wait for the last one to come out and we have 3 bases. Fantastic. Okay, there's the last one. Straight out of there. We can turn that off. That's done a fantastic job as usual. Just give that a minute and we'll give it a squashing. Okay, that's our cake bases cooling down. Now obviously this one's very cool. It was cooked first. This is still warm. This is red hot. When this cools down a little bit more, I'll cover that up. We don't want him to dry it out. And whilst that's cooling down, I'm going to show you how to make a non-alcoholic substitute for cherry brandy or kirsch. Now if you don't want to use alcohol, this is a fantastic copy of a cherry brandy and you cannot tell the difference. So let's show you how to do it. Okay, so this is cherry juice. This is cherries that have been juiced, okay? I've just put them in the juicer. Now there's quite a lot in there, but this method that I'm going to show you, you do not have to cook. So it's a fantastic substitute for cherry brandy. Now you want to be going in there with about 1/4 cup, and to that we want to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Now I'm going to use powdered sugar, but you can use any sugar. We want about 1 teaspoon of sugar in there. And we just need to give that a little mix in. Now the only reason I'm using powdered sugar is just quicker to dissolve. But you can use regular sugar. Now believe it or not, that smells just like cherry brandy. And I'm sure it tastes just like cherry brandy without the alcohol. That is non-alcoholic cherry brandy made. I don't have kirsch, but if you had kirsch you would use kirsch, or you can use any cherry brandy that you can get your hands on. And I'm just going to mix that in there. We're just going to give it a little stir up. Now you could turn this into a real thick syrup if you want, or we can just brush it over our cake like we're going to do. Now we're trying to get this to soak in there. That's the objective. So we just need to brush that on there. Don't worry about it soaking in or how much you put on. It is not going to soak up the cake base. We just want that flavour in there as much as we can get in. So that's our cake bases nicely moistened. We need to put them to one side and we're just going to whip up some cream. So for the cherries, I'm just going to halve some cherries and take the stone out and leave some whole for the top. So it's very straightforward. All we're going to do is come through there, down to the stone, and we're just going to twist out, and that gives us 1/2 cherry. We're going to put that in there, and then we don't want that stone. That is it. So that is our cherries halved. Okay, for our chocolate, you can take chocolate, you can melt it all down, or you can just grate it off the block. Now I'm just going to grate it off the block. I'm not bothered about melting, we're just going to grate some down. So it's basically just run your knife down. Now I'm mixing and matching here. I've got milk chocolate and dark chocolate. So I think that should about have it there, some for the top, some for the sides. Okay, this is very straightforward. We just want some whipping cream in there. And we're just going to go in that little bit of whipping cream with a little bit of sugar, powdered sugar. Now, you could add a little bit of cherry brandy to that as well if you wanted to flavour it up. That's entirely up to you. So all we have to do now is give that a whipping. Now, I'm not going to say how much whipping cream to use. It's entirely up to you what you want to put on your cake and in between. Okay, that's got it. If we go any more, we're going to end up with butter. Okay, now here comes the fun part. So it's pretty straightforward. On there with one layer. Okay, and then we want to be slapping some of our cream on there. Now it doesn't matter if you come all the way to the end, because we're going to be slathering it all around anyway. That will do. And then we're taking some of those half cherries and we're just going to put them on there like that. Now the half cherries are holding up the next layer. So I'm going to just gently get some of these on there. Now this is fantastic to make a fresh cake like this. It really is. You can't beat using fresh fruit. You know, when we cut into this, we want to be taking out some fruit on every bite. And then we want to be a little bit more over the top. Next layer on there. Oh, on with some cream. Back on with our cherries. Bit more cream. Top layer. Little bit of cream on there. So all we have to do now is lather it around the outside. What we need to do is look for some nice cherries. I want a couple of nice cherries on there. So I'm just going to go for something like that, and we're going to go around the top of there with some chocolate on there like that. Bit of chocolate on the top. Our dark chocolate. Come round there. We're coming up the side of there with some chocolate. Nice and gently in there like that. Now don't worry if it all falls off. We just pick it up and we put it back on again. All we gotta do is blob a bit of that on there. Bring it round. Oh, I haven't done this for a long time. So all we got to do now is the finishing touches. Oh, look at that. Just look at that. That is just ridiculous. And there we have it. Look at that. It's 32 degrees. We made a chocolate cake. That is craziness. Oh, that looks a bit special. Not bad for a pie maker. Just look at that. That is absolutely flipping amazing. I think all we got to do is try to cut a slice. That is enormous. Well, we just got to go for it. We just got to get in there and hope we don't cut through those cherries. And obviously we can't see where those cherries are lined up inside. So we are going to move that cherry on there. And we are, oh, we're coming through there. Oh, you're going to kid me here. Oh, I can already tell this is set up beautifully inside there. Are we ready? Oh, this is ridiculous, this cake. Oh, this is ridiculous. Are we ready for this? Oh, look at that. That is absolutely superb. Let's put that on there. Oh, that is just ridiculous. Look at that. Just look at that monster. That is unbelievable. Oh, come on, let's get in and give it a try. Now that is just a ridiculous cake. Look at the size of that. That is Black Forest cake made. It's a skyscraper. We're going to have to get in here. Oh, where do you start? You can only start at the top. Oh, look at that. All that fresh cherry. Oh, man. That cake is wonderful. That's a fantastic cherry flavour. That is delicious. Now, I'm not really a cakey type person anymore, but I can tell you now, this is wonderful. Not overly sweet on that chocolate cake. Really delicious actually, nice and moist. Quite firm, it's a bit like a brownie, but very moist. It's got that lovely cherry flavour through there that we put in there. You know, we had a little bit of cherry brandy, but it's not alcoholic in any way. And we mixed up the non-alcoholic cherry imitation brandy. It's a fantastic flavour throughout the cake. That is really delicious. Well, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. We'll catch you in the next video.